Boys, today I'm going to talk about this clip that broke Twitter. TLDR, Warden's Mail is broken against Urgot. I'm going to show you why it's broken against Urgot. So for those unanointed, some people just saw the clip and want more context. Why is Warden so good against Urgot? Urgot shoots 3 times per second, and Warden's blocks every instance of an auto attack. So Warden's is triple as effective against Urgot specifically. Urgot already self-nerfs himself by shooting his W at 40% AD already, and then Warden's nerfs that again by his flat amount plus the scaling HP amount. My suggestion for Warden's Mail is to nerf the amount it blocks flat and buff the amount it scales of HP. The problem with Warden's Mail is it's too good early game against Urgot specifically, and it doesn't do its purpose later in the game. Because when marksmen are targeting you down later in the game, when you're like Sion, when you're top Kench, when you're any tank, you take too much damage. But in the early games, when you abuse this item against Urgot, you literally take no damage. So the balance on Warden's Mail right now is at the early game, you block everything, and at the late game, you block nothing. Because Urgot wins on Black Cleaver by default. And that was a common argument that was made in discussion. It's like, oh, just build Black Cleaver. Yeah, no shit, dumb nuts. 3,200 gold should beat 1,000 gold. Why is that even a point? When this lobby, I get a level 2 gank. I do a little bit of bush dashing to like piss off Sion. Pretty funny. Because if I walk in a straight line, Sion will just movement speed boost towards me and I have to flash. I retained my ignites, which is good obviously. And I kill Sion again here. There was also another point that Sion has like more CS and like resources than me, but you have to keep some things into consideration. One, Graves pressures top twice, and in one of them he actually dives me and I lose 3 waves. 2, Sion is putting me to low HP and then zoning me from the wave after he's dead, right? So Sion passive is also collaborating with the problem of this, because it makes the clip a little bit scuffed, because Sion is getting like passive gold generation while I'm 4-0. Like the fact that I'm 4-0 doesn't really matter in this matchup. So much so that because it's Sion, if Sion didn't have his passive and he wasn't getting the resource generation he wouldn't have as much armor and as much gold value. Right? But here we're moving on into the area where Sion starts with Wardens. I burn his flash here, I'm playing aggressive, I bought out Coolfields. The other point of contention that I should address is people were saying I should just rush straight BC. And I'm gonna tell you, as someone who has mained Urgot for like 3 years now and his masters for 3 years now, on every single roll, you have to build tabbies or boots into Sion. It isn't an option. So the situation where I rush straight BC is Sion would just never die still, right? Because if Sion sees I have BC, he's just gonna walk away from it. The movement speed you get from Black Cleaver isn't enough to like gap close a Sion, because if I press Q on Sion, Sion's gonna hold Q in my direction. And I just have to stand there and do nothing. And he just walks away with his W shield and I take a loss because of the W2 pro. If I E forwards into his Q, Sion Q interrupts Urgot E. The first 0.5 seconds of Urgot E is not interruptible, it's displacement immune. But after that, if Sion sees me go airborne forwards, then it gets cancelled, right? So the movement speed from BC wouldn't allow me to kill Sion anyway, so I wouldn't even be able to push my lead. Of course, I can push my leads in other ways by not killing him, but the problem is, Urgot has satisfaction issues. Urgot isn't weak. Urgot doesn't need buffs. Maybe debatably in high elo he does, because he's kind of unplayable. But Warden's Mail is like one of the main components to why Urgot is unplayable. So, Sion has bought his Warden's Mail about 620 here. We're going to track the damage from Warden's Mail from now on. So at 620, he's purchased his Warden's Mail. I do kill Sion again solo here, which makes me go 4-0 into him. Obviously, this lane hasn't been solo. I had a level 2 gank from Silas, so I obviously have a natural big advantage. But you'll start to see that, like, the amount of damage I'm not doing right now. Like, when you think about just, like, character satisfaction in general, just look at my damage here. And keep in mind, he's on 1,000 gold, I'm on 1,900 gold. Yes, Kindle Gem is a defensive item. I have to build into Black Cleaver, though. It isn't an option, right? But just look. His health bar is literally not moving. It can't be correct, you know? And there's some people saying that I should just not use my W in general against Warden's Mail, but no. I miss my E and I still kill here because I have Ignite and I time my play around this W. I let him ult me, then I press R2 because Sion Unstoppable actually blocks R2. I'm forced to recall again because I'm obviously 1 HP. I push out this wave and then recall. And here we go, I'm 4-0. Now the problem is, from this point on, I have to build Tabis. If I don't build Tabis in this kind of position when Sion is itemizing the way he does, Sion will just outright outtrade me and kill me. The problem is he's armor stacking with Warden spell. Armor stack isn't the problem. Urgot can get through armor stack. Urgot can't get through Warden spell. Armor stack, fine. Armor stack with Warden spell, rock solid passive, not fine. Because now my W, which should be doing about 25 damage, 30 damage, is doing about 10, maybe 11. Because Warden spell is blocking 10 flat, which is already 30% of my DPS. Or 33% of my DPS. And this armor stack is just crippling me, right? Because of rock solid. If rock solid didn't exist, armor stack would be fine. And again, when I talk about nerfing Warden spell, I'm not saying you should gut this item. What I'm proposing is a power shift. Nerf is flat percent block, and up is HP scaling. Then you scale it better into the game, and it's not an abusive pick. But here's the stupid moment. This is what got Twitter riled up. This. You can't look at this gameplay and just feel good as a player or an Urgot player, right? He misses his Q, he's literally just hitting minions. I'm looking to pressure here, where people are saying, oh, you're walking past the minion wave, you fucking moron. I'm 4-0! I should be able to push a lead. Yes, I bought Tabbies. I have to. If I don't buy Tabbies, I fucking die. Respectfully, I know my matchups, you know. But I don't think it should be intended gameplay for someone to spend 1,000 on Wardens and just become like completely unkillable. Yes, my items are defensive, but you have to build this way. I'm building into Black Cleaver. Black Cleaver builds out a Kindred Gem. If I don't buy Tabbies, I will die to Sion, and I end up feeding him a 400 bounty. Which I do end up doing, because Graves comes up top lane anyway. I walk into this bush, because obviously I want to kill him. He gets another grass stack, blah 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 blah. But what I want you to imagine this is a 4-0 Jax. Imagine this is a 4-0 Camille. Imagine this is a 4-0 Irelia, right? Sion would get 100 to 0 within like a couple seconds here. Obviously, they would build more aggressively. They have the option to go Coolfield Sheen. Urgot can't build Sheen. He can, but it's kind of ass. Your W does count as an ability activation, so you do get free Sheen procs. But Urgot isn't a Divine Sunder user or abuser. Urgot's core items right now are Jaxio, Eclipse, Prowlers, and that's pretty much it for right now. And yes, obviously, Sion is weaker against like Camille because true damage and percent HP and stuff like that. But my point is, Urgot feels a lot worse from 4-0 than other champions feel at 4-0 because of my build pass, because I have to itemize defensively. I don't want to itemize defensively, I have to. It is just a problem with the item. It's not a problem with Urgot. Urgot is strong. Urgot is one of the best champions to climb within low elo. The problem is satisfaction. And one way you can get rid of some satisfaction issues with Urgot is nerf Warden spell. And when I say nerf, I really mean an adjustment, because it's too strong early and it's too weak late. So adjust Warden spell, remove some power from its early and put it into its late. So tanks can actually have that fantasy when they have items, they're allowed to tank, right? I don't feel like Urgot should be 33% permanently exhausted against somebody. And here is the last comedical clip. Keep in mind, this lobby is 350 LP Masters. This is meant to be high elo. But just watch how this Sion plays this fight. You ready? Keep in mind, I'm 4-1. It doesn't matter that much because there's no gold advantage because of Sion passive. But I play this fight perfect. I'm utilizing a perfect toggle. If you don't know what toggling is, toggle is weaving in one of your base auto attacks into the trades. You can see there. Every shoot like that is my W. I untoggle it when you hear that whoosh sound, and then I replace it with a normal auto attack, right? I'm doing a perfect toggle. This takes a lot of like practice and discipline to get right. But Sion is literally standing still, and I can't do anything. And there are some people who would defend this as gameplay. Do you really think this is intended? He could have disconnected, he wouldn't have died, you know? Yeah, that's the problem. And that's why you should nerf Warden spell. Thank you, goodbye, buy merch. I'm wearing it right now, actually, chat. Woo!
Damn, is that the Urpog merch? You know, go down like that.
Have you guys found the hidden mage got from this video? If yes, write a comment down below.